Okay, Balto, the dog who saved Nome. We look a little bit more about the story and we look at the video and some few more questions. Okay, so let's make a start. So for the lesson, you'll need a notebook, pen, and your homework sheets. Okay, so you can pause this. I also included this lovely photo of Balto and Kazan, okay, from a while ago. Now, it's a beautiful story. So, your homework for this lesson, okay, will be this sheet and also Balto quiz. Now, Balto quiz I will be doing during this lesson. So, if you pay attention, you will be able to finish some of your homework during this lesson. Okay, so this one, Balto quiz, we'll be doing during the lesson. Now, this one, you can just answer the two questions here and then write down synonym for beautiful, write down an antonym for hard. Okay, and then write down your example for synonym and antonym. Now, first of all, let's check the homework from last time. So you had to answer questions about the story and also write down in your own words what is the story about. Okay, and hopefully you did that. Now, some people send me homework, some people did not. I'm really hoping that everyone is completing the homework. As you guys are in grade 6, and it's very important that you are keeping up with the English work. Okay. Now, so our story about the dog who saved Nome. Let's have a look at the answers. So this was the first page. This is the sheet. So what was the problem at the beginning of the story in the city of Nome? So the answer should be a terrible sickness broken out in the city of Nome, a disease called diphtheria. Okay, so this should have been your answer. Now, if you need time to write this down or check your answers, you can pause this lesson, okay, and check a little bit longer. Now, question 2, how can they get the medicine from Anchorage to Nome? So they could get the medicine to Anchorage by dog sled. Sorry, from Anchorage, should be from Anchorage, not to Anchorage, because we're moving from Anchorage to Nome. Now, question 3, what distance would they have to travel? So they would have to travel 800 miles. 800 miles. Now, these answers were on this page, okay? So I'll just show you. So for example, the medicine they needed would have to come from Anchorage, 800 miles away. So this is where I got the answer here. Now, a terrible sickness had broken out in Nome. So what was happening in Nome? And the disease diphtheria. And the last one was delivered by dog sled. There was only one way to get medicine delivered, and was dog sled. So this just shows you how you can find the answers. Now, next one. So there's this page. How many teams of sled dogs were there? So if you read this page, you'll be able to figure out. The teams were ready. So the first team, so that's one team. Their second team, and the third team. So the answer should be 3 teams. Now, next one. What are the names of the people who led the teams of sled dogs? So Charlie Olsen and Gunnar Kazan. Okay, when you go back here, you can find their names. So Charlie Olsen, Gunnar Kazan. Okay. Now, who was Gunnar Kazan? He was a guide who led the dog sled to Nome. Okay, so he was the guy, the leader, Balto's leader. Who was the lead dog in Gunnar Kazan's dog sled team? So it was Balto. Okay, so this whole story is about Balto. Alright, so hopefully you answered these correctly. Now, next question. Who usually guided the dogs? Why was it not possible now? So usually Gunnar Kazan would lead the dogs. But because of a storm and then the weather conditions, he could not see anymore because of bad weather conditions, as I said. So then Balto started leading the team. Next question. The ice breaks ahead. How does Balto know what to do and does not fall in or get into trouble? So first of all, he heard the ice break and slowed down. And then he was thinking and he went around the icy water. So basically, he was very careful and he slowed down. And he was also calm. Now, next question. Suddenly, there's another problem. What happens? So it says here, now something else began to worry Gunnar Kazan. They had been traveling for about 14 hours. Surely they should have reached the town of safety in 14 hours. Kazan went on for another hour. Then he knew somehow they had missed the town in the storm. So the answer should be they missed the stop at Safety Town. They were tired and exhausted. So they had a problem. This was a problem. And the next town is Nome, but they were tired and needed a rest. Now, the other questions were think and respond. So, how did Gunnar Kazan and Balto save the city of Nome? How do the map and illustrations help you understand what it was like on the trail from Bluff to Nome? How did Balto show that he was a good leader? Who do you think was more of a hero, Gunnar Kazan or Balto? Now, first question. So the people of Nome needed medicine. The only way to get to Nome was by dog sled through a terrible storm. But Balto and Gunnar Kazan made it. Okay. So this was the first answer. Now, if you need a bit more time to check and to check these questions or answers, pause this lesson. Now, second one. The map shows how far north and how close to the ocean those towns are. The illustrations show that the weather was stormy. So if we just go back for a little bit to some of our story, you can see here that there is snow and the weather conditions seem bad, okay? So when you read a story, guys, you can always go back and have a look at the illustrations, okay, as well. It helps you to read and understand a little bit more of what's happening, you know, what people are wearing, what the weather conditions are like. Now let's keep moving forward. So how did Balto show that he was a good leader? He kept the team calm and safe. He solved problems. He did not give up or let the other dogs give up. So to be a good leader, you do need to be calm and safe, and you also need to be good at thinking how to get through something. Now the last question is your own answer. So who do you think was more of a hero, Gunnar Kazan or Balto? Now I think that they were both heroes. I would probably choose Balto because he did have a big job, and he did so well for an animal, you know, for a husky, to lead the whole team and the dogs, and also help Gunnar Kazan because he couldn't see in a storm. So Balto was doing an amazing job. Now, so I'm gonna quickly talk a little bit more about Iditarod event that still happens every year. So in this year, 2020, there was another one that happened, okay? So we're gonna look at the quick video for the Iditarod race, okay, for 2020. So this event is very famous, and the same trail, that dog sled runs the same trail as Balto. So let's have a look at the video.
When you're out there in the thick of it and it's really hard, you don't have any moments to wonder why.
Okay. So that was the short video about Iditarod race, okay? I already talked to you a little bit more about them during a spelling lesson, so hopefully you can remember. Now, the next thing we got to do is we are going to look at synonyms, antonyms, and homophones. Okay, so if you can copy into your notebook, what is a synonym? So synonyms are words that have the same meaning. Okay, and then antonyms are the words that have the opposite meaning. So if you have a look here, boring, dull, sad, gloomy, same words. Antonyms, boring, exciting, happy, gloomy. So these are antonyms, they're the opposite. And homophones are words that sound the same but have different meanings. So bat and bat. So bat is an animal, and bat is used to bat in a sport. Okay, so you can pause this and copy this into your notebook. Now I'm going to keep moving forward with the lesson. Synonyms. So let's have a look at some examples of synonyms. So great, huge, major, enormous, immense are all synonyms for large, significant, big, gigantic, wide, massive. Okay, and then you can use them in sentences depending what you're trying to say. So we are glad he has made such great progress. This is a significant piece of legislation. Okay, he had this great big grin on his face. So depending also what you want to say, you can use different synonyms. Now antonyms are the opposite. So negative, positive, happy, sad, above, below. Now next thing, open your notebook and look at this table, okay, and also this paragraph. So authors use related words to tell about people, places, and events. You need to understand how words are related in order to understand what the author is telling you or describing to you. This chart shows some ways in which words are related to each other. So we just looked at synonyms and antonyms. Now from the story, we can see that the author used synonyms and antonyms. So I would like you to answer these 3 questions. What is the synonym for little? So if you look at examples, you would be able to find another example in this green box at the top. The first team pushed north to a little town. The second team went on to another small town. So what is the synonym for little? And then antonyms. In some places the ice was smooth, in other places the ice was bumpy. What is the antonym for bumpy? And the last question, what is the homophone for sea? Nome was near the sea. Blowing snow made the trail hard to see. So please answer these 3 questions in your notebook. Now, let's move on to one of the last things for this lesson, so Balto quiz. Now, I will just get out of this and I will show you. So this Balto quiz is part of your homework. So if you can find the sheet, we will go through this together, okay? And hopefully you can answer this together with me. Now, let's look at those questions. All right, so first question, who is the main character of this story? All right, now I need you to think about it, okay, and answer it. Now, I will give you a little clue. I'm going to use a little thing of a dog, and I'm going to put one here. Now, I would choose one of them would be Gunnar Kazan, but there's another one that I would also choose. So I want you to think about. I might do the first example for you just to help you out. So I would choose these two. I would choose these two as the main characters, and I would make it. Now it's up to you. You can choose just one. You can just choose Balto, or you can just choose Gunnar Kazan, but these two are really important characters. Now let's look at this one. What is the setting of the story? So where did the story happen? Okay, now I want you to think about it and decide. So I'm just going to give you some clues. So it's not Canada. Okay, not Canada. So you need to choose between Alaska in the present, now, or Alaska in the past. Okay, so you decide and you choose that answer. Now next one. What is the plot of the story? So, sick people can't get the medicine they need, a snowstorm has closed the schools, a man loses his dog in the snow, or there's no electricity in Nome. So which one would you choose to describe the story? So choose between these ones. Now remember, this already gives you the answer. So when you do your homework, hopefully you're writing it now, you can be writing some of these answers here. Let's go back. Now next question, what makes Balto different from other sled dogs? So I'm gonna choose, there are 2 answers that I want you to choose. I'm gonna show you one, okay? And then I want you to find perhaps another one. So I would choose this one. All right, I would choose this one as a possible answer, and there's one more that is important, okay? So there's one more. Now next one, why is Balto such a good leader? He's tame and strong, he's little and fast, he's calm and determined, he's friendly and sure-footed. Now I want you to think about what we talked about there was one type of answer before. So I want you to think about it and choose which one you think. Now, how did Balto show he was smart? By showing the doctors the way to Nome, by reaching the town of safety quickly, by saving Ganakaza's life, by getting around the breaking ice. Now, being smart is thinking and solving problems. So it's definitely not A, and it's not B. So you need to decide between these two. Okay, showing smartness is by doing something. Okay, so between these two. Now, what made this trip different from other Balto had made? The weather was nice, Ganakaza led all the way, Balto went swimming, Balto had to lead the way. So what was different? There's only one answer here, that possible answer. 8. How was this trip different for Ganakaza? The trial went across ice, he had never been to Nome, it was longer than before, Balto had to guide the team. So it's definitely not C, and it's not B, and you need to decide. There's a couple of ones that I left for you to think about. And 9. Why was the trip longer than Kazan expected? The sun went down too fast, his watch stopped, the team missed the town of safety and had to go back, Balto got lost. So which one? So it's not A, and it's not B, and Balto did not get lost. So I'm giving the answer way here. Now, there's slight mistake here in this answer. So the team missed the town of safety and had to go back. They actually kept going to Nome. Okay, so they missed the safety, but they kept going. And the last one, why is there a statue of Balto in New York's Central Park? He was born in New York, he had great courage, he was a handsome dog, he trusted people. Now, I need you to think about this one. So why would anyone put a statue of someone? It's not about him trusting people. Handsome, yeah, well, if you're handsome, still doesn't mean you're going to get a statue built for you. So maybe between these two, just think about it and decide. All right. So this is our lesson. Now do we have time? Okay, there's just one more video that I wanted to show you. Okay, so we are running out of time, so maybe I'll have to do it next lesson, guys. Okay, so this is your homework. Hopefully you completed this one. Sorry, not this one. This is your homework. So please complete this one, and hopefully you just did the quiz with me together, so you should be okay. And I will talk to you next lesson.